So the movie starts off by showing us how Jason's mom got slimed back in the 1980s. Shit's kinda crazy if you think about it. Back then, you had restaurants looking like this. But instead of going on a date here, these camp counselors decided to crack each other at a known haunted lake. Then they want to act surprised when this shit happens to them. But one of the counselors ends up cutting Mama Voorhees' head clean off. Had Jason carrying her around like he Kratos. And the fucked up part about it all is that Jason literally watched this happen. So with him seeing that, he decided that any and every person who comes near Camp Crystal Lake is his biggest op, and that he has to kill them. In the most brutal way possible too. So 20 years later, a brand new group of teenagers pull up to the campsite. After they all get settled in, this damn dweeb goes, "Yo, y'all know we're at the same camp that closed down because of that murder spree, right? Where the teenagers who were the exact same age as us were brutally slaughtered?" Now what I'm gonna do for you guys is during this video, I'm gonna give you my personal reactions as if I had spawned in the movie during certain points. So if I was sitting down next to him after he just said this stupid ass shit, I'm either doing two things: making him run my fade in front of the hose, or I'm snapping my own neck. Now I know that sounds drastic, but you gotta understand, bruh. The fate of the group has already been sealed once they step foot in that camp. They're not getting out of there alive, bruh. And Jason is gonna off me in a way worse method than me doing it myself.
There's no way out of this one. You're done.
He's literally watching the group right now. But anyways, two of them split off to go crack, and the other couple tells Poindexter to beat it, so they could do the same thing. Part of me wants to say I can't blame bro for wanting to smash, especially when Shorty is doing shit like this. But sending your so-called friend into the woods alone, just so you can smash the same cooch you've already had 100 times, that's kinda L-man's behavior to me, bruh. Because not even 3 minutes later, my mans finds himself face to face with the juggernaut of Crystal Lake himself, Jason Voorhees. And it becomes very clear very quickly that this movie's Jason is one of the most aggressive and menacing versions of him. Because we see this man aura farm for like 2 seconds, then he breaks out into a run while this dude is still processing what he's seeing, and he kills him. The way he was moving for a second, I thought bro was finna kill the cameraman. So we cut back to the first couple, Mike and Whitney, and they're just wandering around the forest. Mike was trying to lead the way and go somewhere away from the known murder site, but Whitney insisted they follow her directions, and they end up right at Jason's house. I know Mike was wanting to talk to her like Soluminati.
That's why I said let me do everything. Sometimes take a step back. Y'all females always trying to step in a man's place. Let me do this shit. We would have been out of hell around with you. Every nigga gonna go to hell around with y'all.
But luckily for them, Jason doesn't care about them going through his fridge and looking at all his bad eats. Because he's too busy watching the other couple do something that you watching this can't. Especially a certain somebody watching this video right now. You know who you are. But y'all don't have to feel too bad though, because Shorty says she hears something and tells bro he can't keep digging in her until he goes out and checks out what that noise is. That for some strange reason sounded like a tree branch snapping under the weight of a 6'5", 275-pound man. And rightfully so, bro is like, yeah, you fucking tweaking. I'm not going out there. And she talking about some,
we're not getting any until you do.
Like, does she know that he already got some? Like if it was me, well in this case it doesn't matter what I do because Jason is literally right there, so I'm already fucking cooked. But for the video's sake, what I would do, I would stay inside the tent, put my clothes back on, turn the light off so he can't see our outline from outside the tent, and go dead silent. Then I would arm myself because there's no way I'm going camping without multiple weapons, and wait until Jason makes the first move. He could blindly swing his machete, and as soon as he does, I'm either slicing his ass up or lighting his ass up. Problem solved. But bro right here is so damn horny that he's not thinking straight. That's why you need that post-nut clarity, bruh. So he goes out, leaving his girl all alone when... Yo, did y'all see how viciously he ripped open that tent to get to her? God damn, bruh. but he drags her out of the tent and kills her in the most Looney Tune way possible, trapping her in a sleeping bag and hangs her over a fire. So bro stumbles across Wade's dead body, and he hits the dash, and he hears his girl screaming louder than she was with him a few minutes ago. So he goes to make sure he's not getting done like a "she busy bro" ass nigga when he sees the monstrosity Jason left for him to find. He tries to be Captain Save-A-Ho, but steps in a bear trap. If y'all ever played the Friday the 13th game back in 2017, y'all know them shits came in clutch. But that shit damn near rips his leg from his foot, got him yelling in straight agony until he sees his girl fall out of the sleeping bag looking like she came out of a Publix box at 10 a.m. Straight fried chicken. But Jason sensed that somebody was playing on his saved game of Spider-Man on the PlayStation 5, so he lets bro sit in the bear trap while he sprints back to his crib, trapping Mike and Whitney in there. And bro, the way this next sequence happens had me so disappointed, because Mike tries to check who's under the door, and Jason stabs through the floor and misses. And instead of him doing what any normal person would do and getting up, he keeps his entire body on the floor like he's playing a game of fucking Twister. So he gets stabbed like a pincushion and pulled through the floor and killed. And in a matter of seconds, he comes up to the level that Whitney is on before she can even get out the door. But she manages to escape and make it back to the campsite, and she tries to help Richard get out of the bear trap, when Jason runs up and does this crazy ass machete swing, killing Richard. Whitney is so stunned she couldn't even get up to run away, and Jason closes the distance in like 4 steps and swings at her. Now here's what I would have done. My adrenaline would be pumping up so crazy that I would have either been able to get up and hit the dash, because me stacked with an adrenaline boost, there is no way Jason is catching me, or I'm weaving the machete strike because he's coming in vertically, so that shouldn't be that hard to dodge. Then I'm literally kicking his knee in the other way as hard as I possibly can so he'll fall down. Then I'm stealing the machete and I'm going crazy on him like Zorro's one sword style. Oh God. So we cut to 6 weeks later and we're introduced to a new group of teenagers. And just take a wild guess on what they're gonna do. They really heard that 5 teenagers died in the woods literally less than 2 months ago and decided to go to the same exact spot. But Buddy right here, named Trent, has a vacation cabin at Crystal Lake. You know, like the very things you hide in before Jason comes in and snatches those cheeks. But we happen to see the brother of Whitney from earlier asking around for his missing sister. The cashier was like, "Yo, how long has she been missing for?" "A month and a half." And he hits him with this look. And yo, look at how much of an asshole Trent is. Bro is simply asking for the store owner to hang up some flyers for his missing sister, and Trent says this.
Situation. Hey, are you gonna buy something? I mean, you've been up here for quite a while yapping, so.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro, you can't let that shit slide. But Trent's girlfriend was staring at him, and I know he was thinking, yeah, okay, I got something for your ass. When I steal your girl, you're not gonna be smiling no more. So Trent and the group makes it to the house. They got there and are already acting like they own the place. Got bro kicking his feet up on the table like he about to hit this pose. But 2 of them drive off to the lake where the boat is. Bro trying to pull his girl out for an ISO. I respect it, I'm not gonna lie. If you ignore the fact that they're at a murder site, the scenery, activity, and vibe would be a nice and romantic experience. But Whitney's brother, Clay, pulls up to the cabin, still looking for Whitney, and Trent's girlfriend answers the door, giving him those eyes. You know what eyes I'm talking about.
I'm sorry.
And she invites him into the cabin for a beer. I wish my girl would do some shit like this. But Trent isn't going for it, and he kicks him out. And Trent's girlfriend, Jenna, decides to walk him out. She then tells him she'll go with him to help look for Whitney. Such a sad sight, man. Trent don't even know his girl going. But we cut to this random barn in the woods where this dude is trying to goon, and he gets slimed by Jason. And it's here when we see Jason don the iconic hockey mask. He looked at it and instantly knew it was right for him. Shit was speaking to him like the Green Goblin mask. So we cut to the couple from earlier who went to the boat, Nolan and Chelsea, and they're just having the time of their lives. Unfortunately, one of their lives abruptly ends from Jason shooting an arrow straight through Nolan's head. Chelsea fell in the water, not realizing Nolan had been shot, and she gets rammed by the boat. She then turns around to see Jason just standing there.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
And she tries to swim away while she's dazed from that dose of CTE she just got. But she manages to make it back to safety somewhat and hides under a dock. The only problem is that Jason is walking right above her, but she manages to successfully stay quiet and he walks away. Or so I thought. So we cut back to Jenna and Clay, and they're still roaming until they hear somebody walking, so they hide. And they see Jason walking with a dead body. Now, neither one of them suspected a killer was at large, so when Jason dropped this decapitated head right in front of them, naturally, they started to panic. And the next problem is, Jason finds Clay's bag, so he knows they're hiding, and any chance of them escaping unnoticed has now gone out the window. So he starts looking for them. But he quickly gives up, and they take the opportunity to escape. While they're running, they set off one of the alarms that Jason has set, letting him know exactly where they are. And it's here we find out that Whitney from earlier is still alive. Jason just has her held in captivity. Like, this actually has to be so traumatizing for her, bruh. But we cut back to Trent's cabin, and the rest of the group is just Trent, Bree, Chewy, and Lawrence. Chewy and Lawrence are watching Bree dance, and Chewy is like,
That girl in the black, I think I'm in love with her. Go talk to her. No.
but hold on. My boy actually musters up some courage to talk to her, and she looked like she's fucking with it. Boy, I would destroy that. Anyways, this nigga fumbles the bag so bad that he falls and breaks a chair. And Trent starts bitching, moaning, and complaining about how his chair was just broken. So Chewy goes down to the shed to get some tools to fix the chair. Like, bruh, that shit can wait until the morning. Go over there and finish what you started. If it was me, I would have told her that chair ain't the only thing I'm about to break. This crybaby bitch can wait. But Chewy leaves, and Bree, being the bop that she is, hops right on to Trent. But we all heard what Comethazine said.
These hoes jumping dick to dick, but you can't even trip. You know they gon' choose.
And they go back to the room. So they start cracking each other as if bro doesn't have a girlfriend. But that leaves the black man Lawrence, who, I kid you not, is about to start gooning to a woman wearing winter clothes. I just know he relates to this meme on a deep level. But before he commits this atrocity, Clay and Jenna make it back to the cabin to warn everybody about what they saw. They call the cops, and Jenna goes to the door, listening to her boyfriend aggressively cheating on her. And we cut back to Chewy, and yeah, he's cooked. Jason casually walks him down and makes him stab himself in the neck. Then he goes to the cabin and watches Trent and Bree in action. Like, this dude Jason a little freaky ass nigga. But they finish, and when Trent comes out of the room, he has the audacity to get mad at Jenna for going into the woods with Clay. Like, bruh, women, if y'all are watching this, don't fall for a guy like Trent and then wonder why the average day in y'all's relationship looks like this.
This is how it always happens.
Anyways, Lawrence decides to be a W-mans and goes to look for his boy Chewy, since Jenna and Clay came in there talking about some killer and dead bodies on the loose and shit. And out of all weapons to grab, he grabs a big ass frying pan. So he goes to the shed and runs into Chewy's dead body. And then he runs into Jason. But he actually manages to not only survive longer than 5 seconds, but he gets some damage off on Jason too. Like, okay, bruh, it's about time somebody fights back properly. So he runs back to the cabin, and Jason grabs and throws an axe, like he's Huntress from Dead by Daylight, with perfect accuracy. Like, there's no fucking way I'm letting that shit hit me, bro. This nigga got actual plot armor. But he starts screaming. So Jason just ends his suffering. Now here's how I would survive this. Trent found a gun. So what I would do is, I would make everybody do the opposite of what dumbasses do in horror movies, and we would stay together. We would all get back to back, leave the house at the same time, That way Jason cannot sneak up on us, and he'd be forced to reveal himself to at least one person. Then that person would hit us with a W call out.
I'm cracking him. Oh, I just cracked the shit out of him. I just cracked the absolute shit out of him.
And I'm blicking him down with the gun. If he doesn't reveal himself, we get in the car and leave. Or at least stall until we can recruit the police officer. If Jason manages to counter that, then I guess it was just meant for us to die, because I don't know what else we could do in that scenario. But that is not what they did. Here is what they did. They split up, and Bree gets snuffed. The police officer, as in one officer, not two, but one officer shows up, and he gets snuffed. So now they decide to group up, and Trent finally decides to reveal to the group that he has a gun. And he's so scared, he's just airing that shit out at everything.
Is this nigga serious?
But they escape the house and try to start the police car, but they don't have the keys. So Jason throws Bree's dead body off of the roof, which causes them all to get scared and run away. Trent splits off from the group, and he gets killed, leaving Clay and Jenna. So they make it to Jason's house, and they hear Whitney's screams. So they go to look for her, and Clay finally reunites with his sister. But Jason pulls up. So they manage to get Whitney unchained before Jason gets back. And Jason realizes that they're down there. So he starts moving with some urgency. Like, bruh, I love this movie's portrayal of him. He's like the perfect mix of violent, aggressive, and intense. So the group makes it to this hole that they have to crawl through. So Clay makes it through, Whitney makes it through, and Jenna gets stabbed through the throat. So they have to leave her and keep running. And right when they're about to touch freedom, Clay tries to help Whitney escape when Jay gets to Clay and starts doing command grab moves on him. And when Clay isn't moving anymore, Jason goes down to get Whitney. So she hides, and Jason starts to scan the environment looking for her.
Hello, motherfucker.
She kicked this man so hard that this linebacker-built bitch falls down into a hole. She makes it out, and they run away. Clay arms himself, which is when Jason jumps through a window and grabs him. And here is when they start to fade. Clay stabs him, but Jason pushes him off. He then busts through the window and pushes him to the ground, discombobulating his whole equilibrium. Jason walks him down, but Clay gets up. He grabs a hammer and swings, but Jason weaves. Then he grabs the hammer and hits Clay against the wall. He pulls out his machete, swings, but Clay dodges and tackles Jason into the other wall. Jason does a reversal and activates this machine. He throws Clay to the ground, picks him up, and then tries to put his head through the machine. But Whitney, who just so happens to look like Jason's mother, I guess, distracts him. So he throws Clay away like an unwanted stepchild, but Clay gets up and puts a bear trap on Jason's back, and they wrap a chain around his neck, and Whitney throws the chain into the machine, strangling Jason. Like, damn, how many times is this man gonna die from a lack of oxygen? But this heavy-ass nigga makes the roof cave in, and he's just so horny to kill somebody that he completely disregards the fact that his face is about to get turned into ground beef. He hits Clay and goes after Whitney, but the machine pulls him back. He's trying to resist the pull, like how I resist the call of the snow bunnies, and Whitney calls his name. So Jason is like, nigga, what? And she stabs him with his own machete, which causes his head to go in the machine, ending their struggle. After that, for some reason they stick around until morning time, and they throw Jason's body into the lake. And they could have immediately walked away, but they're just sitting there, aura farming and shit. And that marks the end of the movie. I just wanted to say thank y'all for 50K, and if y'all haven't, join the Discord. I'm planning on doing try not to laugh videos where I'm reacting to what you guys send me in my server. And if you're not in the server, I can't react to what you sent me, bruh. Just saying. But alright, I'll see y'all in the next one.